I'm Sky, and this November I'm going to be competing in my first natural bodybuilding show. I've never competed before, so I thought I'd get some pointers from some guys that have a lot more experience than me. And I'm going to be eating and training like them for a week. Now, I'm giving myself rest days, and I'm not going to give you guys a duplicate leg day, so there'll be 4 days of hardcore 90s bodybuilder training and eating. Before we get started, here's the starting weight, and here's the starting physique. Got a couple of poses here for you too. Let's see how much muscle we can pack on in 1 week. We're starting with Dorian Yates. Dude was the one to really usher in the mass monster phase. He's a British pro bodybuilder, and he was Mr. O from 92 to 97. Yates was big into the low volume, high intensity training.
Ooh, let's go now. Ooh, that's it. Ooh.
All right, the first meal that Dorian Yates eats in a day is his breakfast, which is porridge. 1 cup of oats, 300 grams of egg whites, and a scoop of protein powder of your choice into a blender. Blend it up and cook it up in a pot. Good God, what have I made? All right, so here it is. This is the protein porridge here. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, so it tastes like a bunch of blended up oats with a scoop of chocolate protein powder in it. 583 calories, 67 grams of protein, 7 grams of fat, and 57 grams of carbs. Pretty solid pre-workout macros there. This is like only a meal that a bodybuilder would enjoy. All right, let's get on to the next meal. Yeah, so his next meal is just a protein shake. He usually would only make his protein shakes with water. Kind of boring, but easy. All right, let's give this a shot, guys. Protein powder and water, not too bad with the mint flavor. I chose the mint intentionally because I feel like most other flavors would not be very good. It's very watery, but gets the job done. All right, so today we're going to be running through Dorian's most iconic workout, which is the Blood and Guts back day. Dorian was really well known for how thick and wide he was able to get his back. He doesn't do many sets per movement, but he makes up for it with overall volume in the workout. Let's just see how it holds up. All right, guys, so if you would normally start out with pre-exhausting on the pullover machine, but the pullover machine at my gym is currently taken. So we are just going to go right into the hammer strength lat pull down. Yeah, those hammer strength pull downs were actually really nice. I just forgot my other strap. I only have 1 strap with me today. Dorian actually used straps on almost all of his lifts on back day. So we're not having the most faithful Dorian back day today, but so far it's still a pretty good start. All right, guys. Now we're over at the lat pullover because it is now available to pre-exhaust, more like post-exhausting now. But yeah, we're doing super high rep here. 15 to 30 reps is what he said. Reps. Pretty good. I think I want to try 1 more set. More closer to 15. I might throw another plate on. I think that would be good. Only got 13 there. But it was pretty freaking hard there at the end. So call it a win. Now we're going to go do some actual Yates rows. All right, guys. So a Yates row is basically just a regular row that you're doing reverse grip. So rather than having your hand over the bar like that, you got it like that. We'll see how it goes. All right, holy shit, man. That was fucking rough. Did 15 reps there. I think He has it one set of 8 to 10, and I kind of liked it. So I'm gonna do one more set of 8 to 10. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do all of our reps on one side and then all on the other. Just like him, so I can use my strap on each side. Okay, that was a good one. Solid on both sides. Very happy with it. All right, guys, now we're doing seated cable rows. He does them with a wide grip overhand. Just doing one set, 8 to 10. All right, so we're doing dumbbell rear delt flies. He does these and he also does machine flies. Does one set of each, but I don't really have the same machine fly he does, and so I just kind of want to do 2 sets of dumbbells. I already did one actually, so let's knock the other one out. All right, so now we got back extensions. Just does it with a barbell over his neck, like high bar squats basically. I think we're just doing one set here. All right, I definitely did those wrong. Nonetheless, I'm definitely gonna feel it in my low back. Tomorrow, I feel it now, but I'm also gonna feel it in my hamstrings and glutes because like I said, I did them wrong and definitely hurt a few vertebrae on my spine. So I don't know if I can recommend these, but they work. So yeah, Dorian says that deadlifts are actually a great thing to add to your back day. I don't know how much I buy into this being helpful for my back, maybe my low back, but yeah, we're still gonna give it a shot. All right, so overall, I have to rate that workout like an 8 out of 10, 8.5 maybe. I actually really liked it. I will say, 90s bodybuilders are usually associated with really over the top intense training, but Dorian's workout was actually not too much more intense than mine. Definitely the intensity was up there, but the volume matched it perfectly. I like all of the back movements he chose. The Yates row is actually really good. I like it better than regular barbell rows. I think I just missed the biceps in there with that back day. He just does back and rear delts. Maybe I would have felt like it would have made up for it if I did the machine flies, but the pump was solid. Definitely not a pumpy workout though. The only pump-like exercise is lat pullovers that are at the very beginning. The rest is very hypertrophy based. It gets the job done for sure. So now we're heading home to have meal number 3, which is a shake. Now his post-workout shake is mostly focused on recarbing up. I assume he just was using cluster dextrin, probably adding some protein powder. Now I go into detail about why it's important to carb up after your workout on my TikTok, so go ahead and go follow that. I'll have it linked in the description. All right, guys, so due to the fact that I do not have any cluster dextrin, I'm going to be using this mass gainer, which pretty much it just has maltodextrin in it and protein powder and a bunch of other bullshit. So it should work the same. We'll just hope it works the same. I'm going to use 1 scoop of this in some more water. Much more enjoyable than the other regular protein powder, but that's just because there's a bunch of sugar in it. All right, guys, so this is the finished product of the meal. We got our air fried chicken tenderloin here. We got the steamed broccoli and the white rice. Yeah, let's dig in and see how it tastes. Now, this is a good meal here. This is the best thing I've eaten all day. I'd give this one like a 8 out of 10 here. Eating protein slop and protein shakes all day, this is a treat, so. His next meal was a filet mignon with veg and potatoes. I'm always going with broccoli for veg. And shout out my lovely girlfriend, she prepared this meal for us, and she went with mashed potatoes. I was super excited for this meal. We go ahead and dig in here. As you can see, this guy loves it, alright? This is one of the best meals. 9.5, if not 10 out of 10 on this one, alright?
More than I did.
So far, I have consumed 2,417 calories, 55 grams of fat, 215 carbs, and 257 grams of protein. For context, that puts me about 30 carbs out from my normal macronutrient total, 169 calories out, and negative 76 grams of protein out. Basically, I don't want to be shitting up a storm in bed tonight for my girlfriend. So we're going to go ahead and modify Dorian's final meal, which is another bowl of porridge. It's a smaller bowl of porridge, about half the size. Still about 30-something grams of protein there. Don't need it, man. I'm going to be shitting the bed. So we're going to go ahead and just make a bowl of oatmeal. Okay, guys, got the oatmeal ready. You want to get a close-up there? Yep. Looks pretty good, right? Here, let me. Now we're going to give it a shot. Oh, it's super hot. Oh, yeah. This is much more enjoyable than the porridge, guys. Now I'm not going to be, what do you call it? When you, like, fart under the covers.
Dutch oven?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm not going to be Dutch ovening my girlfriend tonight. It's like a win-win. It tastes better, and I'm not going to be Dutch ovening, and it fits my macros. So, yeah. This is the last meal of the night, and then I'm going to bed. And then tomorrow we're going to do Ronnie Coleman's day. Yeah, buddy! Do I have a need to introduce Ronnie Coleman? He's an American bodybuilder, widely regarded as the greatest of all time. He was the Mr. Olympia from 1998 to 2005. That's 8 wins. Dude is known for his huge meals and his crazy training style. This is going to be nuts. So we're starting out with Ronnie's breakfast here, which is egg whites and grits. So he made this with 1 cup of grits, 2 cups of egg whites, and then he ends up throwing some American cheese on in the end, all right? But I'm getting ahead of myself. He cooks his egg whites with cheese seasoning. I didn't have any, so I used these ones that I'm showing on screen. This is how the egg whites turned out. I also microwaved the grits with some water. This is where you throw the American cheese in. We're going and mixing it all together now. And I had to transfer it to another bowl because the one I picked was actually too small. All right, let's see how Ronnie Coleman's grits stacks up. Okay. So Dorian Yates's breakfast, a little bit more of a sweet option. This is definitely more on the savory side. I will say, since I don't have the cheese seasoning, it's not completely accurate, but I actually don't hate this. You know, I'm somebody who can enjoy very simple meals, bowls of slop, you know. This one gets like I'm feeling a 6 out of 10 on this one. It's like almost buttery, you know. I'm kind of liking it, so I'm gonna crush this bowl. Ronnie Coleman's protein shakes generally have 100 grams of protein. He does like 6 scoops. I don't know how that math adds up, but I saw a video of it. I'm not gonna do that much because it's just kind of a waste of protein powder, you know. I think I'm gonna just do 2 50-gram of protein shakes with water. It's all right, better with milk, but I'm gonna be eating a lot of food today, so I'm gonna cut calories wherever I can. Oh my lucky stars, man. Here we go. We are on our way to hit a Ronnie Coleman leg day, all right? I wanted to do what I felt was the most iconic lift from each of these legends. When I think of Ronnie Coleman, I think of him squatting 800 pounds like a maniac.
Oh my God! Yeah, buddy!
Now, I cannot squat 800 pounds. I can't even squat close to 800 pounds. We're gonna try our best. We're gonna go heavy on our first working set of squats. And then Ronnie Coleman just does hella high volume. He does like 12 billion sets and like 15 million reps, right? So 4 more sets of squats, 10 to 15 rep sets. Yeah, we're gonna do leg press. Good amount of sets there. We're kind of doing a mix of his 2 leg days. So it doesn't feel like a real proper leg day without leg extensions. So we're gonna do leg extensions, lying leg curls, and seated leg curls. I don't know if he did a lot of seated leg curls. I think I've seen him more so doing standing leg curls, but I don't think that the gym I'm going to has that. So I don't think I saw any calves on any list I saw of his leg days. I never saw him have any calves worked in. Guys, for the sake of accuracy here, I might have to, go ahead and not do calves today. I would have done the calves. I'm gonna wear my knee sleeves. You see all those pictures of him. He's got his legs all fucking wrapped up. I don't have that shit, but I have knee sleeves. It's the thought that counts. That's what they say. They say that. I might have a shitty little Velcro belt as well that I might use on my squats. Let's go and hit the lift. All right, guys. So unfortunately, my tripod just broke, but I'm gonna try my best to record every set still. All right, guys. So rigged up my tripod to somehow work for this recording the set. I got 245 on the bar over there. I normally do 225 for around 6, so we're gonna shoot for this for 3. Oh yeah, easy. Oh. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. What the hell? Good set. I got 6 reps there? Wait, did I get 7? I think I got 7. Feeling a lot stronger today. We're gonna do another good set like that, but I'm gonna drop the 10s, go a little higher rep. Dying out here. I'm on my last set of squats. This one I'm really gonna push all the way to failure. Right after his squats, I immediately think about Ronnie Coleman's giant leg press where he's got the whole thing loaded up all crazy. 3 plates on each side here. So not really very close to what he was doing, but I believe this is 437 pounds on this machine specifically. So, and I'm shooting for 12 here. So, honestly, 12 was really easy. So, let's throw some more on. We got 4 plates on each side. Should bring it to 530. Wait, 527. Alright, so I just got a huge tension headache at the end of that set. I pushed a little bit too hard. Uh, so I'm gonna give myself a little rest, water, and I'm gonna go in at the lighter weight. As much as I do care about the challenge, I'm not really willing to sacrifice my health for this. Maybe to a slight degree, but if I really push this anymore, it might put me out for a week, which means I couldn't even do the rest of the challenge. So let's move on. Ronnie would do walking lunges 100 yards for 2 laps. I don't really know how much this track is here, but I'm just gonna go there and back twice. Feeling really lightheaded. Trying my best to chug down some water, take deep breaths, but it's getting kind of rough. Alright guys, it's time for 3 sets of 20 reps of leg extensions. So, let's do it. Damn. Okay. We had to drop the weight a little bit. That was 145. I got 15 reps. Good God. Second to last one. Man, I feel like I've been here all day. 4 sets. Okay. Alright, that one was good. I have an insane amount of lactic acid buildup in my hamstrings and glutes right now and my calves. Holy crap. They like burn right now, bro. Wow. I got 3 sets of seated leg curl left and then I get to go. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Day 1 got my hopes completely up. I really thought this shit was gonna be a breeze, but holy fuck, I should have expected this from Ronnie Coleman's workout. That shit was hard, bro. I'm freaking cooked right now. So many sets, way more sets than I normally do. I had a tension headache halfway through, and then I was lightheaded for like the next third of the workout. Fuck, my whole legs feel like they're about to explode. Yeah, I haven't had a workout like that in a long time, so thank you, Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, the biggest thing I have to say about it is just that the big thing to take away from these workouts is just that, you know, these people are having a little bit more than extra protein, if you know what I'm saying. When your body is in that anabolic of a state, you're able to push it so much further, right? Your recovery is so much greater. You know, it comes with the pros and cons. But yeah, my point being, it's just not how I would recommend training for someone like me, just someone who's natural, who is trying to optimize their training. This might set you back a little bit. Yeah, there's some things that I think were awesome about it. I think I hit some awesome sets of squats. I don't know how I went so heavy. They totally can work for you, but scientifically, there's not too much backing it. Overall, I would rank that workout about 6.5, 7 out of 10. The reason I'm so high up is just because I hit a crazy set of squats. It was awesome. We went pretty heavy on leg press. I feel nuts right now. This is that pump stuff that I was just saying that we were missing out on. It's just fun. So I think I'll give it the 7 out of 10. All right, so now I'm heading to work. Chicken, a baked potato, and veggies. And he has that meal twice. So I'm going to try my best to have that later tonight. But I didn't have time to go to the store. So I'm just going to do chicken and some leftover mashed potatoes from last night with the barbecue sauce, because he drenches this meal in barbecue sauce, so I'll be doing that as well. Okay, I got my second Ronnie Coleman meal here right now. It's not really completely accurate, but it's pretty close. Same like basic ingredients. You got a shit ton of chicken and potatoes. Oh shit, I forgot the barbecue sauce. Without the barbecue sauce, let's give it a shot. Delicious. You don't really need much more than this. I could fuck up this whole meal here. But, you know, I'm going to be faithful, and I'm going to wait to go home and add some barbecue sauce to it. Delicious. All right, guys, so I got the Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. All right, guys, I think that was like plenty of barbecue sauce. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, yeah. I'm going to crush this. This is like a 7 out of 10 before. No, it's like an 8.5. This meal's just beef and rice. I cooked my rice in chicken stock. I went with ground venison because it was something we had. I cooked this dish Asian style with soy sauce, toasted sesame seeds, and some seasonings. All right, guys. So we got the ground venison and white rice. I read somewhere that he has ground beef or like steak and rice. I don't know how he cooks it, but I kind of made mine like Asian style through some soy sauce and seasonings. Went with the ground venison because we just have it. I know he usually does beef, but should be pretty similar. All right. Yeah, this is super flavorful. So yeah, the venison, if you ever try it, it's a lot chewier and tough, a little gamier. But if you put enough seasonings and stuff on it, it's pretty much just tastes like beef. So yeah, we're gonna crush this. Technically, there's one more protein shake left, so we're gonna see how I feel after finishing this whole bowl of food. I will say, at this point, my biggest concern is just that these bodybuilders are not getting nearly enough fat. I've had like less than 40 grams of fat today and like 200 grams of protein. So I'm very excited for tomorrow where I get a break from this and I can, you know, have a large fat day. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys later. All right, guys, so we got a conundrum here. I have already skipped one meal accidentally. Turns out the hardest thing about the Ronnie Coleman day was actually his diet. And there's still that protein shake. It's currently 11 o'clock p.m. I'm about to go to bed. Like I said earlier, man, sometimes it's not even worth risking the downsides, bro. So drinking that protein shake right before bed is just going to keep me up all night. I'm skipping that as well. Yeah, kind of failed on the Ronnie Coleman diet. Stop trying to drink my titty milk, yo. Oh my God! Minnie, you got anything to say for yourself? Nothing. She got nothing. But I still hit my protein today. Did not hit my calories. Did not hit my fat. Did not hit my carbs. Full day experience, probably like a 6.5 out of 10, man.